Hey everybody, I'm back again. And I want to start off with saying that, I've been watching some TV this week to get rid of the craziness. But on one of the channels, one of the cable channels there, must be having like an old 70s great movies. So I watched Jaws and Alien and Animal House, some great classic movies. A little tale about Alien. When it first came out, it was like 1978. I was like 8 or 9 years old and my parents were divorced. So my father took me to the Lindenhurst movie theater, which is this old decrepit movie theater, got me a ticket, sent me in to go see Alien. I was never more terrified in my life. Back in 78, 79, they called that visitation. Now they may be calling CPS. But let me get back to Animal House for a second. It kind of reminded me of today's government, how things are crazy. You just have one side fighting against the other side. Animal House, really, if you haven't seen it, you should. So as we all know, this week, Donald Trump got impeached again for the second time, which is what it is, but the third impeachment, I think he may get a free car wash. So he may be striving for that car wash. I know down at Hempstead Turnpike, they usually give you a good one. As we also know by now, he's been banned, Trump's been banned from every social media platform. Everyone. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everything. But the one that confounds me is Spotify. Was he binging Stairway to Heaven? Was he listening to The Eye of the Tiger and getting all fired up? Why would they ban him from Spotify? I mean, I'm a little confused about that one, as I said. The bad news about Trump going out is there's just 2 weeks to his health plan. It's just 2 weeks he was going to release it. But we have a new regime coming in, and the new regime is going to be led by Nancy Pelosi. That's just the honest truth. So Nancy went on, and a few weeks ago, she put a bill into the Senate saying she wants to get rid of all terms like father, mother. So she goes on the impeachment trial and gives an impassioned speech and said she's a daughter, a mother, or a grandmother. She broke every rule she wanted. You know what she forgot to say? Old, drunken, slurring hag. That's what she forgot to say, because that's what she is. Talk about traitor. You can't call the military trying to take the sitting president's power away. That is a military coup. But, once again, is what it is. But I do find it interesting that they have a committee in Congress called the Intelligence Committee. Intelligence shouldn't be used for any word describing the government. But the head of the Intelligence Committee has had an ongoing affair with a spy from China for years. So they find it out and they said, not only going to be on the Intelligence Committee, you're going to be in charge. So who's really in charge? China Joe. So get back here a little bit. We got Cuomo. Cuomo, he's ready to open everything up again. Let's open everything up. It's going to be an economic disaster. We can't continue to do this. So he waited for us to flatten the curve, and he curved it up. He said, let's open. The numbers are worse now than it was when we first started flattening. We flattened, and now we've increased. So let's open it up. It's a little confusing to me. Once again, confounded. I don't understand how this works. But I do know there's a new president coming in. I do know that very much. He's going to write another book about how great he handled it. Can you just imagine, 2 months ago, we couldn't go vote in person, but now we're going to open up fully as soon as the new president comes in. Are we all that stupid? They think so. Somebody needs to tell them they work for us, we don't work for them. And let's talk about his vaccine problems. Is there a man more ill-equipped to handle a vaccine distribution than Cuomo? He's saying that there is a shortage. So he comes out and he says, okay, there's a shortage. People aren't getting their scheduled appointments. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to open up more sites. Once again, intelligence, government doesn't mix. Now, his next thing was he's blaming all of these college students for spreading the disease. So you know what he does? He opens up the vaccinations for 65 and over. Last time I checked, they're not in college. So the targeted group of people you say are spreading, you're going to put on the bottom. Sounds like genius work, Cuomo. Sounds like genius work. So I'm thinking to get everybody vaccinated, we probably should train the Amazon drivers to give the shot because they seem to get everywhere in 2 days. You just put the vaccination on Prime, you got it in 24 hours, baby. It's unbelievable. So I saw the other day, Cosmo had these very large women on the cover of Cosmo. And I'm okay with large women. If they're happy with themselves, good. But Cosmos claimed that obesity is now healthy. Did I miss something? Did I miss the number one cause of heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and death is all linked to obesity. But very healthy. You know what? What should I expect? This is the same magazine that said men could be women and women could be men. So they had an example of men could be women, and they had Freddie Mercury in the dress. I don't know if he's your guy to use as a man's man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, not that smart. I said it. I'll refer to my wife once again. So, now the diversity police again once came out because the Jets hired a new coach this week. Hired a new coach. This guy comes with a great resume. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves this guy. But he's not black enough. You heard it. They need to hire a black coach. The NFL's not hiring a black coach. The Jets' head coach is not black enough. So now there's a standard of percentage of blackness. No. I was reading it was George Foreman's birthday the other day. I must be so old. It said entrepreneur George Foreman is having a birthday. Not former heavyweight champion. I know Big George. Entrepreneur. Good for you, George. Good for you. But they said black men cannot succeed in America. I think that's a lie. So nothing crazy is going on here at home. The scroll's been relatively quiet. One of them got in trouble the other day, and they said, listen, I'm going to have to give you a punishment. You're going to get 10 minutes here on the stairs. You're going to get 10 minutes away from your game. And he said, I prefer no punishment, Dad. Didn't work out for him. He got the punishment. But here, I went to put a hot coffee down on a coaster, and my wife yelled at me saying, I can't use these coasters. I can't use these coasters. They're decorative. Why in the world did you buy decorative coasters? Isn't a coaster put your drink in out before you drink it? I don't know. I'm confused. Very confused. I told you, I'm not that bright. Now, I read an article the other day in a magazine that I get about my red wine. It said, what fast food or how to pair your wine with fast food. I could have saved in a whole article and just said, pair it with a glass. All you need is a glass. Red goes with everything. So I have to read you something here. And this was a sign in a truck stop. And this is a real sign. It said, Dear truckers, there is a no masturbation policy in our showers. We have logs of every driver that enters and clean them after each use. If we determine you have masturbated, you will not get a free coffee with your shower. There are so many things wrong with this. I understand truckers are very lonely when they're going around. They're in the shower. How lonely are they? But the big question for me is, how good is that coffee that it's going to deter these men? That must be some damn good coffee. We're all wired differently, and unless there's a big end game, men aren't going to stop. Once again, we've known this since the end of time. So, is anybody else getting phone calls that your car warranty is expired? Because I seem to get them hourly. I don't even know these cars they're talking about, but it's expiring, and they need my mother's maiden name, my social security, and my first pet's name in order to continue the warranty. Now, if you were that person that I didn't answer the text to, was probably me ignoring it at first and pretending it wasn't there, and then I just forgot. So I apologize for that. So go back to Washington for a minute, and the inauguration is going to be in a week. So they're putting a fence around Washington to keep it safe, but we couldn't put a fence on the border. Very bad fences, unless you have to put it for a virtual inauguration. And then they're sending 25,000 National Guard in to guard this virtual, maybe somebody should look the word up, inauguration. Maybe those 25K would be better in Chicago, New York, and all these states where the murder rate's going up. I don't know, just me. I could be thinking of different things here. Now, once again, last week I said something about one of my friends, 50 years old, great kid, lives in the attic of his mom. He doesn't work. He watches birds at Wanto Park. Once again, great kid. Wouldn't offer him a job, but I want to let everybody know there is a difference between living in your parents' attic or living with your parents at that age taking care of them. One is a lazy bum who doesn't want to work. The other one is a very responsible person taking care of his parents because he doesn't want to see them die. One hand maybe wants to see them, the other one doesn't want to see them. So let's not confuse the two. He's a real person, I swear to you. Now, last thing I want to tell you, everybody, find somebody, give them a hug, give them a kiss, tell them you love them. Last piece of advice is, my advice is to start drinking heavily. Cheers.